Hey guys, it's Kamaguno, and today I'm doing Batman Detective Comics issue 879. Now, at first, I was not going to pick this issue up. I'm not subscribed to it. With my comics, I usually get them in the mail, and I'm just subscribed to certain series. But I went to the comic book store this week, and I was going to get Spider-Girl, the last issue, because I'm not subscribed to that. But I want to get the last issue and see how it was. But I was looking on the shelves and I saw Detective Comics. I remember I saw a review of it, and it was all about, Commissioner Gordon. Why did I just say detective? Sorry. Commissioner Gordon and his son, and I heard Barbara was in it, so it was all about the Gordons. So I was very excited to see that. And I was like, you know what? Let's pick it up. I haven't picked up a Detective Comics in a really long time, so it's one of my first issues in a while, so let's talk about the cover. A little backstory on that one. The cover, like I said, I just picked up because I saw Commissioner Gordon and his son, and it looked like a really good Gordon family issue, so I definitely had to pick it up. I really love the Gordon family, Barbara Gordon, one of my favorite characters, and just to see what's going on in this issue, I was like, you know what, let's go on a whim and pick it up. So cover definitely made me want to pick this up. So let's talk about the story. Now Commissioner Gordon, he doesn't know, like, if his son is really, because his son is kind of like a psycho. So his son's supposed to be taking pills, trying not to be a psycho, doing like volunteer work and all that, just to try to be a good person. Now, Commissioner Gordon doesn't really trust him, so he takes one of the pills to see if he's actually taking them. He gives it to Barbara to say, Barbara, I think you should take this, analyze it. He's like, oh, why didn't you give it to the Waynes or whatever? They probably could do this in a second. I could do it in maybe an hour. It's like, this is a blood. It's in a family problem. I want you to do it. So she's like, all right, whatever. And she finds out the pill actually is, if you take a pill of it, or just take the pill, it makes you psycho. So, but not for adults, for children. And then he remembers that his son was gonna work for a volunteer for a baby thing. So he is probably gonna I think it was I don't remember what formula I think it was. And so he could just sneak it in there and make those kids psycho. So there'll be a lot of kids going psycho, and that's obviously a problem. And so he says, all right, thanks, Barbara, and then he's gonna try to get his son and try to stop him before he does anything wrong, and maybe he go back to jail again. And then also there's a little story about Joker, and he is just talking about this doctor and how his wife is sick, and knowing all these things, but the Joker shouldn't know these things. Like, a doctor's like, why, you've been watching me? And so the Joker, that's the little sub-story. Like, oh, he's watching this doctor. Doctor gets really angry. And that's pretty much the end of the story. And Commissioner Gordon also has to do the whole entire Joker problem also. So he has two problems for the next issue. His son and the Joker problem. I actually really enjoyed this issue. Again, I haven't read a detective comic issue in a really, really long time, and I'm glad I picked this up. Definitely had to do a lot about the Gordons. Got a lot of Barbara in there. And I didn't know anything about Commissioner Gordon's son, so seeing that he was psycho and all that, and him being even more psycho, make other people psycho. And then the whole Joker story was also nice to see. And the next issue seems like it'll be pretty interesting. I'll have to look at what everyone thinks about it, if I'm going to pick it up or not. I'm going to see if it gets good grades or not. And if it does, I think I might just pick up another issue, because I thought it was really interesting. And the art, the only problem I had actually was the art. It's a little dark. I'm not a big lover of dark art. It's cartoony, which I kind of like for this issue. But the darkness, I'm not a big fan of. But it is Detective Comics, it has to be a little dark. So it wouldn't lower my grade, but a little dark. Wasn't a big fan of that. But everything in the story, I mean, I really, really liked everything in the story. The only thing is, I wish that this issue was a little longer. That way we could see if Commissioner Gordon's gonna get his son or not. But it was more towards the end, more about the Joker. So I wish it was a little bit going to Commissioner Gordon's son ending than the Joker ending. But I still really, really love this issue. I say pick this up, even if you're not following Detective Comics, which I wasn't. You'll still understand everything. So I give it a 4.5. Again, the ending, I wish it was the Commissioner Gordon ending with his son instead of the Joker ending, but definitely great issue, 4.5. You have to pick this up. Alright, this was Comic Uno. I hope you enjoyed.